Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. Today is the much anticipated update for the Retire with Less series. This has been a real popular series on the channel, and I'm glad to continue doing them. Um, you know, I know this gets repetitive for all the new folks. I mean, all the folks that have been here for a long time, but I always have to repeat this on every update video because we got new people coming all the time, right? But what this series is all about is retiring with less, because I believe that the industry, for the most part, is really against the little guy, right? And when I say the little guy, I'm talking about the person that started late in retirement planning, right? Like myself, the people that make 40, 50 grand a year, right? Because you see all these articles, you need $1 million to retire, right? Or I'm going to share with you one right now where it says $1 million is a good place to start. Now, if you're like me, 40, mid 40s, or late 40s, in your 50s, and you've only got a little bit scraped together for retirement, and you start hearing $1 million is a good place to start to retire, that's gonna mess you up, right? It's gonna either discourage you or make you feel depressed, and you could be relegated, because what I thought was that I was just gonna have to work till I die. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I was just going to drop dead at work someday. That was my future. That's what I thought my future was about. So I started getting and researching YouTube and researching Social Security, researching investing, all that stuff. And that's how I came to be here. And so I've always looked for ways to try to retire with less, right? Because, I mean, to be honest with you, the average person, making 40, 50 grand a year, they know how to live on less, obviously, right? So do you really need $1 million to retire? I challenge it and say no, absolutely not. I mean, I'm going to share with you. Well, let me tell you what this series is about. Is I put together a paper portfolio. A paper portfolio is just fake money, right? And I put in I'm doing two strategies here. I'm doing one that's invested in an income fund. I started with $250,000. I think that's a number that could be pretty easily attained. I shouldn't even call it easily, but I think it could be attained for the average person over time. And I put it in the income fund of QYLD, $250,000. I started this 1 year ago. And my goal was to be able to generate $30,000 a year off of $250,000. Now that's basically 1% a month. Now, the other side, I started off doing buying a bunch of stocks and doing covered calls on them, trying to generate income like that. But what I've ended up doing this past month is transitioning that other side of the portfolio into just an index position in QQQ, which is the NASDAQ 100. And so I'm going to kind of wheel that strategy, If you don't know what wheel is, I'll leave a card up above on a video. But it's basically selling options to get into it, collecting that premium. And if you get assigned the stock, you sell covered calls to get out of it or just collect premium. And that's the churn that's going to deliver the income that we need. Okay, so I started this with $250,000 back a year ago. It's now between 275 and 300 roughly, and we've been able to take out a bunch of income from it. Okay, now obviously the market has been going up and it's been great, but I'm going to continue to do these series for a long time. As long as people have interest and see it work, I want to see this work. So this video series is for the little guy, the average guy, but it could be applied to anybody, even millionaires, it can be applied to everybody. This is just an option to generate income from a portfolio. So with that all being said, thank you for joining. Leave me a like, share, subscribe, and a comment down below. I would appreciate it. Down in the pinned comment down below are also affiliate links and things like that that you can use to support the channel, just like my Amazon link, M1 Finance, etc., etc. So after saying all that, let's get into it. So like I said, there's a lot of articles online that show you can you retire on $1 million, or you need $1 million to retire? And this one is from Ramsey. Everybody knows Ramsey. I love his paying off debt thing. But you know, this is the long article. It's about 8 minutes long, and it really says, this is the kicker right here. $1 million is a good start. What does that say to the average guy, right, that hasn't started or is really late? That says $1 million is a good start. That means don't even come to the table. That's what it says to me. Don't even consider anything. $1 million is a good start, right? That's horrible. To me, that's just horrible. You know, and they put it on there, you know, you need $1 million, and, you know, you better lower your expenses and blah, blah, blah. They do put some nice things in here. Maybe you plan to live off $40,000 a year, or you might be used to income of over 100,000. So they do say, you know, it depends on your needs, but still, the first line, $1 million is a good start. And then right underneath it, be confident about your retirement. Find an investing pro in your area today. And then you read all that. And then at the bottom, it says anyone in America can retire a millionaire today. Today. That doesn't make sense to me. And that includes you. And how would you do that? Well, you would find an investment pro. And I'm sure if you click that link, you will find an investment pro that will charge you a bunch of money and tell you you need to invest X amount for X amount of years. It's not that hard, right? But they'll get paid. So that's why I kind of did this, right? So if you remember last month, we sold a cash secured put on QQQ. We did a strike price of $330. I'm sorry, I didn't get the price on the expiration of May 21st, but we'll look it up right here. QQQ on May 21st closed at $327.01. But we had a strike price of $330. So we got assigned, because QQQ closed at $327 on Friday, we had to buy 600 shares at $330. 6 contracts, each contract is 100 shares. So we were assigned 600 shares of QQQ. Now, one thing I also said I was going to do, so I just want to do a quick overview. So last month, selling those puts, we collected $3,450 in monthly income with our income need of $2,500. So we more than made up what we needed. We put the extra cash into our cash position, which was sitting at $98,000. And then QYLD, they did its thing, and it paid us $2,812.64 with our income need of $2,500. And we had some cash, total cash of $1,241 in there. So now, one thing I did mention last month is that I wanted to adjust the income need. Why? Because it's been a year since we've started this, and prices go up. So what did I do? I went to the Consumer Price Index, the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. That's a hard word for me. I don't know why. And I wanted to see what the prices, went up. So right here in April, the Consumer Price Index for all urban consumers rose 0.8% on a seasonally adjusted basis, rising 4.2% over the last 12 months. So what I did was I just rounded that down. So I went 4%. I said, okay, 4% sounds like a good number, and we will adjust our $2,500 need per month 4%. Now, math tells me that's $100 a month. So we now need to generate $2,600, per month out of these strategies. So we come back over here, and this is May's, and like I said, we got assigned 600 shares of QQQ. Our cost basis is $330. We went and sold a covered call that goes out to June 18th with a strike price of $335. And for each of those contracts, which was 6 of them, because we have 600 shares and each contract represents 100 shares, we collected $552 per contract. So that ends up being $3,312 in premium collected. Now we have our income need of $2,600 per month. And so we took the difference, which is, what is that? $712, added that to our cash balance, which is $98,874.86. So QQQ, this first month iteration where April we sold the put, got assigned. May, we're selling the covered calls out to June. And each time we've collected over $3,000 per month. So for 2 months straight, we've collected $3,000 there with QQQ. Now, of course, we have till June 18th. If June 18th, the strike price is above, or if the share price right here is above $335, these shares will get called away. Right? So we'll have to sell these shares at $335. Now, what would happen is we go back to selling cash secured puts, and we'll just repeat the process from April. Now, if it doesn't reach $335, then we'll just sell another set of covered calls against it, and until July, whenever the next month's options expire. So that's QQQ. Now, QYLD, we did the same thing. We increased the income need to 4% to $2,600 per month. I think that this increase is going to put a lot of pressure on QYLD to stay above water. If we had a problem with QYLD and it dropped, your income will drop. So we don't have much of a cushion here to deal with. We have $1,355 in cash right now. So if QYLD were to drop and not make our income need, we can probably last a month, because we got a month. It would pay out something. It would just pay out less, and we have maybe a month or two of cash reserves to make up that difference. So QYLD ended up paying 22.07 cents per share, and that worked out to $2,713.07. We had an income need of $2,600, so we have excess cash of $113.07, which I just spoke. That brings our total cash balance over here to $1,355. So QYLD, it's very good. It's very good passively. If you had $250,000, I would say this is probably riskier than the other side, because you're pretty much spending every bit of the income that's generated by QYLD. It would be nice if you started out with maybe $350,000 to give yourself a bigger cushion here. So we'll just have to play it by ear and see how it goes, and hopefully we can last a little bit longer and build up more cash. So the total for the, this is after 13 months, basically, the $250,000 turned into $274,013.75 on QYLD. And we were able to pull out $35,144.61 in income throughout that time. So $250,000, there's 24,000 in cap gains there and 35,000 there. So what is that? 60 grand generated. On the QQQ side, or I call it the covered call side, because when it started, it was supposed to be just covered calls, and this is kind of transformed into this QQQ wheel. The total for this side, $297,890.86. We were able to pull out $35,861.84 in income for the entire 13 months. And we have $98,874.86 in cash that could be used to make up for if we have a stock market crash, right? And we can't make this $2,600 per month off of QQQ, right? Maybe we can only make $1,000 off of QQQ because the price dropped so much. And you don't want to sell below your cost basis when you're doing covered calls. Well, we have a lot of cash on the side that can supplement that and get us through any kind of bear market, as long as it's, $98,000 can go pretty far, right? We can last through a couple years of a bear market with this cash on hand. Now, that can't be said with the QYLD side. That's the disadvantage there, in my opinion. So that's it. That's the monthly review. I'm sorry it went on so long, but I have to hammer that home about, retiring with $1 million. $1 million is a good place to start. I think it's a disservice to many folks out there, and I'm going to keep preaching that, and I'm going to keep pounding it, and we'll keep doing these strategies. And we'll keep seeing us generate income month in, month out. This is $2,600 income need per month. It's been generated. It's been proven for the past 13 months. We'll have to keep going and see what the pitfalls are in the future. And I don't mind doing that. But this is $2,600 per month, right? But if you're in your 60s, you probably can get Social Security as well. So, if Social Security, they say Social Security makes up about 40% of your pre-retirement income. Well, if it made up 40%, then this, is a bonus. Will that make up the rest? More than likely. You'll probably have more than enough, is my guess. So, anyway, I've rambled on long enough. If you guys have any questions, concerns, drop them down below. Like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Check the pinned comment down below. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye. I am not a financial advisor. The information contained in this video is for entertainment and informational purposes only. It is not intended to be investment advice. Please seek a licensed professional for any investment, tax, or legal advice. Thank you.